Hi, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the week of August 11th through the 17th. Did you all survive Lionsgate and the full moon in Aquarius? Mercury finally direct. Thank goodness. Thank heavens. So we're finally receiving communication after maybe a period of delays. So you're going to really, this is a time where clarity is going to be forthcoming. Anything that you've needed to clear up, things are finally moving forward, especially when it comes to your expression, your self-confidence, and any creative endeavors, as we're still under this window of heavy Leo influence. Now, on August 12th, something that I really like to speak about, anything related to Venus. Mars is in Venus now, and it's a softening and harmonization with our willpower and moving forward with what we desire. So think of Libra as the scales and Mars as the action. So what actions do you need to take this week to bring about more harmony in your life, especially in your love bonds? Because we have a powerful Venus conjuncting Jupiter, if I can spit that out, on the 12th of this week. So it's just around the corner. And it's going to be in Cancer, this whole conjunction. So this is going to be a blissful alignment that is going to amplify emotional healing. So it's also going to amplify any feelings of intimacy with others and a sense of belonging. So you're going to feel a little bit of a boost in nurturing connection, especially this week, if I can even speak. So it's a powerful time for love, for relationships, and emotional growth in general. Beyond the Venus and Jupiter conjunct, and make sure that you are outside on the 12th at night if you have clear skies, because you could see this conjunction actually happening in the sky as both of these planets are bright. So look for that. It should be really powerful, this influence this week. And Jupiter's a planet of expansion. So think of this as just literally an expansion of your heart and opening up to people in a deeper way for healing. We also have the moon entering Gemini on the 16th, which is going to encourage curiosity, laughter, and a little bit of playful communication this week. So take advantage of that placement. There's this really beautiful opportunity for you to have lighthearted conversations with people and also to explore things intellectually. Creative new ideas could be coming into alignment after this full moon in Aquarius, because the Aquarius is the energetic architect of the universe, and we're in this powerful Plutonian influence of Aquarian thinking. So thinking bigger and thinking from a place of beautiful expansion. And what do you need to open up to on a deeper level to heal, so you can actually open up to more of a higher consciousness moving forward this week. So the weekly themes, we'll wrap up here. Communication and expression. Mercury is finally direct, which is lifting the mental fog. Thank goodness. And now's the time to speak your truth and openly share ideas. The other theme is emotional warmth and connection with this Venus and Jupiter conjunction. It's spotlighting loving exchanges and the power of compassion in your connections. And then the last one is intellectual play with the Gemini moon. It's a stellar moment for curiosity, for creativity, for any kind of brainstorming you want to do, especially around your careers, your work, your divine calling, and stepping into any new interests or ideas. So if you want to just highlight the week as a whole, it's basically about leaning into bold honesty and emotional alignment, where we're embracing deeper connections and speaking authentically. So that's the astrology for the week. Now I have some really interesting quotes that I came deeply into connection with, that I'm still sitting in. Sometimes you just land on a page in Instagram and you're like, oh, I'm going to dive deep. So I found this handle called Healing Energy Quest. And I'm going to read to you some of her words. The first one is called Soul Lessons. And then the next one is called Spiritual Truths You Only Learn Over Time, not from books, not from gurus, from living. So let's read about soul lessons first. Life will keep repeating patterns until you learn what your soul came to master. If you get easily attached, your soul lesson is detachment. And yes, it will test you until you learn to let go without breaking. If you always need to control, your soul lesson is surrender. To trust the river even when you can't see where it's going. If you're always going with the flow but never finding your ground, your soul lesson is discipline. To create freedom through structure. If you only trust your mind, your soul lesson is intuition. To follow whispers the mind can't explain. If you fear being alone, your soul lesson is peace and solitude. To feel whole without needing someone to fill the silence. If you hide your truth to keep the peace, your soul lesson is authenticity. To choose self-respect over approval. If you always give but struggle to receive, your soul lesson is allowing. To let love in without fear of owing it back. If you run from pain, your soul lesson is presence. To sit with it until it transforms. If you numb your emotions, your soul lesson is feeling. To see them not as weakness but as messengers. If you compare your path to others, your soul lesson is self-trust. To walk your own timeline, not theirs. The universe is not punishing you, it's teaching you. Every trigger is an invitation. Every wound is a doorway. When you stop resisting the lesson, the test stops repeating. Whoa. That, I was like, whoa, okay. So that's so powerful. That's something I'm going to meditate on for a while because I feel like I've learned all of these things at different times in my life. All of these lessons we learn. They're called soul lessons for a reason. Fascinating. So let's talk about the spiritual truths that you only learn over time. From living. The universe doesn't rush. Everything arrives when it's meant to, not a moment sooner. Pain is not punishment. It's an invitation into deeper love, compassion, and truth. Not everyone is meant to walk with you forever. Some are lessons, some are blessings, and some are both. Silence is your superpower. It's where the loudest answers live. Your triggers are treasure maps. Follow them, and you'll find the wounds asking to be healed. What is meant for you will never require you to betray yourself to keep it. I said that in the Leo, I believe that Leo reading I did. Or the Lionsgate reading. Everything is energy. What you embody is what you attract. You can't lose what is truly aligned with your soul. If it left, it was clearing space. Forgiveness frees you more than it frees them. Your body keeps the score. Unprocessed emotions will speak through it until you listen. Love is not possession. Love isn't about owning someone. It's feeling safe, seen, and free all at once. Death is not the end. It's a doorway to another form of life. Your soul already knows the way. The real challenge is calming the mind enough to hear the soul. Peace is the real wealth and the greatest prayer. The greatest prayer is gratitude. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that witnesses them. Healing is not becoming who you were before the pain. It's becoming someone who can never be broken the same way again. That one just, it hits me every time I read it just so deeply. It's so true. Healing is not becoming who you were before the pain. It's becoming someone who can never be broken the same way again. That is just so powerful. Your intuition speaks in whispers. Ignore it and life will send a storm. Everything is temporary, the joy, the pain, the season. So breathe through all of it. Wow. Big, big, big. I feel like it's a beautiful thing to come upon, especially as we enter into deeper themes and energies of emotional warmth and connection, communication, expression, and intellectual play this week. I'm going to get a few starseed oracle messages just to think about a few more themes. What do you want, Spirit, for us to hear? Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for the collective today. What do you want us to know for this upcoming week? Finally, Mercury is direct. We're still in the post-shadow, but things should be easing up a bit. Strength. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. Yeah. It's almost like there's a positive outcome assured for the collective awakening, the great becoming. That's what the great becoming they're saying. You are all deepening and becoming stronger and lighter. Strength through this Leo lion-hearted lioness lion gate. Magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique, but most importantly, you are enough. That's what they want us to know. You are enough. You are enough. Say it. I am enough. I am enough. I'm being guided by the cosmos. I'm amazing, magnificent, and unique. And I am enough. Say it out loud. Declare it. Last one. Beautiful messages. Thank you, Spirit. And then reflection. Yeah, this came out a lot through the Lionsgate portal here. It's a deeply reflective time. Sirius is a big, this lineup with this Orion's belt. It's a very big shakeup. Even like heal. I can't even see. My mouth gets taken over by channeling. This is a healing current. Even when drawing way back to the times of Atlantis and the Great Fall, as we learn how to use technology responsibly through the Aquarius Plutonian shifts, use it as a tool. Don't become dependent on it. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. So looking at all of you, and the Syrian gateway that we're still feeling the effects of this week, wrapping up as Venus and Jupiter conjunct on the 12th. It's the end of the portal, but we'll still be feeling it for months to come, which really they're trying to tell us that we are magnificent and unique and we are enough. And it's time for us to align with the cosmos in a deeper way, trusting in Source and seeing ourselves the way our soul sees us. Our soul flame sees us. I went through a ceremony on Lionsgate, and something very powerful happened. And there's always a science. I was speaking to a loved one about it. There's always a scientific explanation for everything, but there's also an ethereal explanation. And we did a fire ceremony, and we saged, did all these beautiful things, invoking spirit, did the circle, everything. Nothing too woo-woo, okay? For some of you who are new on the path, it wasn't, it was very beautiful and simple and delightful under, dusk and the stars starting to come out and the full moon rising. And the fire, I've never seen fire do this. There were emerald green, almost like a green tongue coming out of the fire as it danced in the flames. And I barely had wood in it. It was just huge. And as we were going through our manifestations and speaking them out loud and sharing them back and forth, the fire was I was like, oh my goodness, do I need to be worried? But it's almost like the fire was dancing. So this is our spiritual fire, how it's ready to awaken. This is the Kundalini fire, the life force energy that we're all born with, and letting it come out and letting it dance and letting it move and letting it shake and letting it be held lovingly by spirit, by Source. I mean, it was green on the tips. And I thought surely maybe there's some minerals in the wood or something different about the wood, but then we did another fire afterward with the same wood and it didn't do it. So there's something very powerful about intention, invocation, clearing, and manifestation and speaking them out loud. So make sure you do some of that if you haven't done it yet. Very simple, can only take 20 minutes of your time. We lit a candle. We had a glass of water. We drank half of it, taking in and incorporating the new energy. And then we poured the rest of it on the earth after. And I've just never seen fire do that in my whole life. And I've been in front of fires, bonfires, chimney fires. This was one of those little fire pits in my backyard. So anyway, just want to let you know, like, there's some beautiful fiery cleansing going on, purifying going on of our spiritual fire at this time. Let's now go into What we don't see coming for the week ahead. Strength, magnificence, and reflection. All right, Spirit. What's going on this week? In the tarot, what do we need to know? What are the tarot messages for the week ahead? Haha, Knight of Cups. Beautiful self-expression. Knight of Cups is this romantic. Whenever I see this, it's opening up your heart to receive. To receive, pure and simple. To communicate from the heart in your expression. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. Maybe I'll see the Page of Cups. Six of Cups, of course. Nostalgia. Sweetness. Being a student of the heart, being a student of love. Learning how to love. Learning how to let love in. The Hangman. So we have a strong Piscean influence this week as well in the tarot, signaling it's time for us to learn how to live with a lighter footprint. I feel too there's some big rumblings with the earth. Nothing to be afraid of, you all. We were born for this time period, and we're accessing other time periods, other timelines, other lifetimes to give us strength, to give us resolve. We have been through far worse as a collective on a soul scale in this 3D reality we call Earth. So do not fear. Some of us have lived through the Crusades, right? We've seen a lot, all right? I feel like this is the return. With the Lionsgate, the Holy Grail came out, right? This is the Holy Grail of love and light, honor, integrity, and valor. I believe that if you have an earnest desire to love unconditionally, you have the opportunity to express that this week from the deep core of your being. The Hangman. This is enlightenment on the path that comes through struggle and strife. The Syrian gateway is a shake-up of our shadow wounds, our childhood wounds, our ancestral wounds. And what did you learn from it? This is the week where we're going to reflect on that and incorporate it and maybe transmute an old identity, an old way of being. For me personally, it's about holding on to positive narratives regarding the past. That was the biggest thing I want to shift, because we all have hardship that gets us to where we are in our soul lessons. What I openly shared with in the beginning, the soul lessons. Whenever we're met with certain frequencies, what are they teaching us? So I feel like this is us incorporating the lesson. We're incorporating the lessons now this week as we kind of settle in and take our time in deep reflection, honoring our strength, but recognizing our magnificence. There could be communication coming in, heart-led communication from others, and a need to see things from their perspective, not just your own. Okay, let's now clarify the Hanged Man. Emotions. I feel like it's a big emotional period, and being playful and being curious about what you're feeling and moving through. Ooh, the World. Major cycle wrap up, where we're taking a look at the subconscious realm, the moon, the world, and the Five of Pentacles, and letting go. Letting go of what no longer serves, what no longer is in alignment, letting go of doubt, limitations, false narratives, negativity, lack, doubt, all of that. Victimhood. It's like we're given the chance to just release it. And it doesn't mean that it no longer exists per se. It just doesn't have the same power, the same grip, right? On our psyches, on our perspectives, in our perceptions of the world and of our lives and of ourselves. So this is a big, almost like a karmic emotional cleansing. We have all this emotional water coming out. Piscean, Cancerian water. Communication from the heart. So we're clarifying the perspective that we're looking at. Wrapping up a cycle of feeling like victims, of the circumstances that we have largely chosen for our own emotional growth, so we can fall in love with life again, open up our hearts. This is deep, very deep. Deep, 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 deep. And we're going deep into like the ocean floor and touching it this week. And it does feel like we're releasing sadness, pain, loss, grief, whatever you've held on to. And some of you, if you're like, my life is great. These are the people though that you have connected with in your timeline. It could be, it's like the baggage we carry, or it could be your ancestral line. It doesn't even have to be you. It's everything that came before you. So you can be the one to shift the vibration of your lineage. So the future generations have a better chance of living more in peace and in a state of higher love. This is amazing work. I feel like it's very deep soul-led work that we're all being guided to do. I'm being called to provide some advice now as we walk with less fear, ultimately, as we trust our paths. This is a very big wrap-up week. Yeah, and we follow the light of the sun. We follow our bliss, right? As Carl Jung so perfect, or was it Joseph Campbell? I think Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss. But wasn't he a student of Jung? And there's the Knight of Cups again. Spirit is saying, have fun, play, enjoy your lives. It doesn't last long, right? Breathe through it all, right? There's a lot of happiness coming in, a lot of light codes in the heart. It's like the purification of the heart. Everything is heart, right? The mind is connected to the heart. Everything is here. I love it. There's a lot of love coming in and a lot of joy. I think that the people who are in search of love and romance, you'll find it this week. You will find it. So cultivate it, curate it, expect it, live it and breathe it. Another world. Oh my Lord, that's the advice. We are walking away from a heavy timeline, folks, as a collective. It's like, whew, wow. Talk about a karmic year. Snake shedding its skin. I was talking with a loved one this morning about, wow, this portal felt very scorpionic, didn't it? Very. So this is like what's lurking beneath the surface. What's hiding under there? Oh, some of us took a real deep, hard, cold look at it, and do not shame yourself for it. Honor it. It's a part of you. You heard the soul lesson coming into this and the life manual. I feel like that really encapsulated the bigger concepts that have been at play for us this karmic year. So I say we're all headed towards a graduation point energetically. Wow. And there's been like almost like a dogfight going on out here. So leave the dogfight behind. Leave the me versus you behind. Leave separation behind. This is all about harmony and happiness in the heart and letting that in and receiving it from spirit, first and foremost, and then being guided by it. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful reward recognition. We've gone through another soul's journey through the major arcana. And what did we learn? We learned how to live in greater harmony and in a higher vibration of love and light. This is called enlightenment for a reason, because we become the luminaries, right? We are becoming illuminated. All right, let's get a energy and spirit oracle. What is the energy and spirit oracle? This is the intention for the week with a declaration. What is the intention of the week for the collective? What can we work on? Oh, we have an archangel coming in. Of course, we have joy. This is the time of great blessings, energetic blessings, or it could be circumstantial blessings, like real live blessings. This love is a blessing. This is holding gratitude for the good in your life. Joy, blessings, and intuition. Archangel Haniel. Haniel. Hiniel. I love this deck because it's introducing me to new archangels that I do not know much about. Let's read about Archangel Haniel. Haniel, the archangel of joy, is looking on with utter bliss as a chick hatches in the shining sun. How cute is that? This card heralds the coming of a wonderfully joyous and intuitive time for you. This may take the form of many everyday blessings that awaken your happiness and appreciation, or it could arrive in a significant experience such as an exciting vacation or a celebration. Haniel reminds you that you always have a great capacity to perceive joy throughout your daily life. This blissful approach creates an energetic pipeline to divine consciousness, which increases the flow of blessings and heightens intuition. Call on Haniel to help you experience unlimited inner joy. Choose to focus on your happy blessings, and you'll experience ever-expanding bliss and intuitive sparks every day. I like that, intuitive sparks and every ever-expanding bliss. Ooh, I love that for the theme of the week. And then your declaration this week. Thank you, Haniel, for your blessings of happiness and greater intuition. Every day I perceive and appreciate the joys in my life. I love that. What a great intention to set as we have two worlds upon us, the sun and the moon, between the full moon in Aquarius and the sun, Lion's Gate, the height of Leo in this gateway between Sirius and Orion's belt and the earth. And then what does it do? It just brings out this burst of bliss, of light, and of increasing sparks of intuition. Let's read now Journey to the Heart for August 11th. Trust yourself. When you look around, feel insecure, and wonder who you can trust, know you can trust yourself. We often stand like little children holding out our hands, waiting for someone to lead us somewhere, anywhere. We hope that someone can show us what we need to do next. We think, maybe someone else knows better. But that thought is often the beginning of trouble. If we choose to let others lead us around, we'll soon find out that they don't know what's best for us. If we abdicate responsibility for our choices, we may become angry, sometimes full of rage at others for running our lives, for telling us what to do. We need to take responsibility. We need to trust ourselves. Sometimes we do get clues or hints from others. Sometimes we get direction from outside ourselves. But it must resonate with our heart. It must resonate with what we know to be true. And the direction we take, what we do next, needs to be our choice. Because whether we see it or not, it is our choice. Trust and respond to your own heart, which we are doing here. Trust the wisdom and guidance within you. Wow. Very, very beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get the last one through the Time Traveler's Oracle. I love this advice. Open up your heart to more love and to more light, and step through this doorway where I think it's time to let more love in. It's all about the love this week. And out of a state of limitation and lack, I think we see the truth now. We see the truth now, whatever soul lessons that we've needed to learn through this portal. What a powerful portal it's been. This Lionsgate was no joke this year. Whew. Purification through fire. Miracles, so we can let miracles in. The Northern Lights, Iceland. Wow. Wow. Let's read miracles. Number 27, 9, of course. Spirit, you never cease to amaze me. Never cease to amaze me. The path of freeing the soul. That's what we're all on. The illuminated path. Miracles. Let's read this. Miracles. Thank you for being here, as always, for sharing this time with me. I'm actually doing this a few days early, believe it or not, which feels weird, but nice, because I'm going to sit with these energies too. I get a little preview. I'm lucky. I never do it this way. I always read the day of, but I'm leaving tomorrow with some loved ones, and I am going to be with family again down south to kind of spend these last few weeks before my daughter starts 8th grade. Her final year of middle school, to play in the light of the sun and to swim and be amongst friends and family. So I am actually taking a break completely from work, which I will be doing some readings after a few days. You'll still see some readings being peppered in because I'm doing some in advance that I'm releasing later. But just know that I'm with you all, and there will be more readings posted in another few days. So don't worry, the mid-monthlies will be a little late, but it'll just be more like, what's going on in August, the rest of August, for when your time period comes up. And just know, as I've slowed down this summer in my posts, I will be picking back up my speed once my daughter goes back to school. And I know all of you, this was the time, right? This season for a lot of us here in the Northern Hemisphere to rest, to play, to gather with loved ones, to make new memories. So enjoy the last bits of your summer, all right? And now if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you better get ready because spring is on its way. All right, miracles. Be open to the miracles that are waiting for you. Release your doubt and watch for them. Know that you don't have to do it all yourself. It's important that you don't limit the way that miracles can appear in your life by trying to control the flow or by having expectations. Be open to allowing the Creator to resolve challenges for you in mysterious and amazing ways. When they arrive, allow immense gratitude to fill your heart, even if they don't come in the form that you expected. Be open to celebrating each one, no matter how small. Success begets success. Noticing the small wonders will allow great shifts from spirit to expand in your life. Hold the thought in your heart that your life is a miracle. Your life is a miracle. It is. And indeed, it is and will be. The Northern Lights, land of fire and ice. Interesting. Fire and ice. What is icing out, removing, leaving? It's like the closing of a cycle. And the opening, it's like leaving what's icy people, icy situations, dicey experiences behind, right? Situations that could come in the form of even literally leaving people behind on a timeline that served your growth. Now you're opening up to a new one. This is a big cycle. That's why I read for the Lionsgate, from the Lionsgate 25 to the Lionsgate 26. It was short and sweet. I read a lot of different energies from booklets and whatnot and some tarot divination. But overall, this is a huge new portal, a new timeline for the entire collective as we awaken to miracles, to magnificence, to the heart. It is, all life is a journey to the heart. All right. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm not going to leave it any more announcements here. They will come at a later time. This is the time to pause, reflect, carve out fun, do some of the ceremony, release what needs to be released, manifest, set your intentions this week as we now are in direct, all right? And this conjunction's big. So look up at the sky, all right, in the next couple days and really witness the marvel of creation, not within you only, within your world, where you get to step outside and see the beauty of it every single day. Whether it's rain or shine, we have this beautiful partnership with this planet to experience it. So go out and enjoy it, all right? That's what I plan to do this week. Take care. Namaste.